All right, Shalom. Hold on. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakodash, double honors to our apostles, a great millstone that rule with honor, with diligence. Honor to you brothers out there pushing this truth in love and sincerity to wake up the elect. Peace be to the elect and their families. Those that change according to the word, calling on the names of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai in time of trouble. You say, peace be unto you. May the Lord have mercy on you in these evil times that we're living in. Um, this is your brother Damashapat, and I just wanna it's like I was looking for a background uh picture. I just want to bring some information to you that I just recently discovered that's been around for a while. I probably ran across it before, but it's becoming a real thing in this time. Something that's actually being manufactured and created. You know, we know that this devil he's going to do everything he can. The so-called white man is going to do everything he can to implement his image, the which is the image of the beast, the anti-messiah, anti uprightness, anti-righteousness agenda, and he's going to do everything he can to turn the people over here in this nation into debt slaves. And the whole the whole uh the whole world has this agenda in play. All these countries have this agenda in play. That's why you see this huge move or push to go digital. You know, because all of these nations they want the new world order. All these nations are talking about the new world order, but the Lord is going to show His control by making all these nations turn against America, and we see that happening right now as we speak. A lot of America's allies. Maybe this is still a good idea, but not with those guys. You know, because these guys, with these guys, we won't have a fair shake. They'll just take, they'll they'll just come into your country and take your shit. You know, but they're saying this is a military application, and it always starts that way. It always starts that way. Oh, this is a military application, and it's going to be used for soldiers and in combat. But at the same time, when you consider everything that's going on in the world, this also can be used to enslave Jake to the point where you don't have to go on lunch break and eat. You don't have to see you don't have to go on lunch break and eat, nigga. You could just work. The food is already in you. You don't have to worry about being tired and too tired to work in mandatory overtime. We have a solution for that. And his goal is to put everyone in all out slavery, perpetual slavery. You know, to accomplish, or to fulfill his what's the word, God complex, to fulfill his God complex. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of this, man. It's kind of creepy, but it is what it is, man. This is the times we're living in. I asked ChatGPT, what is the DARPA Cyborg Adapter Program? It says the DARPA program isn't about robot bodies or mind controlled cyborgs in sci-fi sense. It's a real U.S. defensive advanced research project agency initiative focused on addressing physiological challenges faced by deployed military personnel. See, they always say, "Oh, this is for the military," but I have a strong idea that they plan to use this app or a cheaper version of this application for the average everyday citizen. So like it. See the initial MOTB, the initial MOTB is just to put you in a perpetual slavery cycle. But if he had his way, he would go all out. You would be half human, half robot by 2027 if this dude had his way. But he's not going to fulfill his purpose in the earth, but he's gonna damn well try. And by the time the Lord steps in, a lot of people gonna have that MOTB in them because they trust this system. They don't have faith in the Lord. They don't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. A nigga's faith is about worth a nickel's worth of dog meat. But you know, the elect, those that are chosen from the foundation of the earth, we're not gonna waver. We're not gonna falter. And in the face of adversity, we're gonna rise to the occasion. Abaratazah, the Lord, the Spirit be with us. It says, here's the lowdown. It says what adapter stands for is advanced acclimation and protection tool for environmental readiness. Adapter. I've read another title, so that's alleged. I don't know if that's the actual title for it, but it says it's a mouthful. But basically, it's a DARPA project to create bioelectronic system inside the body that a warfighter can control to help manage key health issues. It says rather than just handing out pills and relying on external medicine, the goal is to develop an implantable or ingestible device that could help regulate circadian rhythms, your body clock, so soldiers adapt more quickly to new time zones or disrupt sleep schedules, cutting down things like jet lag or shift work. So they're planning to put something in you that can actually reset your circadian rhythm, so that if you're tired, they reset your circadian rhythm. So that means that you're not tired anymore. And this is why I say that this is I believe that this is part of the plan to enslave humanity. Cause nigga, you don't gotta go to break. See, look, it says, look, check this out. It says help regulate the circadian rhythm. It says uh part two, it says naturalize or kill food and waterborne pathogens that can cause travelers diarrhea or other illnesses by releasing therapeutic compounds from within the body when needed. So, this is some type of adapter, a thing they want to put in you that's saying, look, hey, you don't have to worry about the food making you sick. You just eat crap, nigga. You're gonna eat crap, and the food won't make you sick. Long as you'll be strong enough to work. You could eat slop, and you won't get sick. It says this isn't about genetic engineering or permanent changes. Instead, DARPA envisioned a transient, non-genetic system that produces therapies internally, essentially giving warfighters more direct control over their own physiology. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Let me see. This is not what I had on there earlier. Hold on. Let me go to the one on my phone because this is how they do. You ask about it and it triggers an algorithm. So while you're waiting to do the lesson, you know, then everything is changed up. See, hold on. See, this is what it says on my phone. Uh, 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 uh. It says primary goals. It says, wait, hold on. Is that, did I read that on here? No, that says the big idea. Primary goals seeks to address two major problems that affect operational readiness. It says sleep cycle disruptions such as jet lag or shift work affects the device can in, help entrain or reset circadian rhythms faster than current approaches. Gastrointestinal issues, we read about that. It says this system will be integrated engineered. Uh, this system will integrate engineered cells of biochemicals into bioelectronic electronic carrier placed inside the body, either implanted or swallowed. It says, see, when I read about it earlier, I'm gonna see if I can look it up on Google because when I read about it earlier, they were talking about you having these food cartridges that 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 are going to be in there where if, when they get inside the body, they can blow up into this nutrient dense system to where you don't have to eat either. You know, hold on, let me see if I can look it up. I want to see if I can look it up because they might have took it off the internet. Because you know when you they know who we are, and when we search things, they trigger algorithms and then they go change it. But it's okay. I'm gonna see if I can look it up on my phone and it's legit, and then I'll bring it up on here, man. But really, they're making a system to where you don't have to depend on nothing. You can just be right there. You can be right there if the system detects that you're tired, it'll reset your circadian rhythm so you're not tired anymore. If the system detects that you're hungry, it'll produce a dense filled food cube or cartridge or whatever that'll make it to where you don't have to eat anymore. You know, if you know if you have a they're even talking about integrations where there will be nanotech inside of these cartridges or whatever they're going to put inside your body. There'll be nanotech. So if you get cut on the battlefield, or if you get a if you get cut or you get a what is that called? You know, some type of bone spur or uh, bone splint or or cut that the nanoparticles will start healing you from the inside, you know. So they pretty much want to make turn people into cyborgs. And when I was reading about it earlier, which let me uh 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 when I was reading about it earlier, it really creeped me out. I was like, you know what, they probably gonna use this on niggas because they are, see, the thing is, they already you know, they already don't want niggas to stop working. They don't want you. They don't want you to retire. They want you to just work till you die, and that's gonna be literal. Because if your body, if your circadian rhythm is being reset by some device that you have in your body because you've been enslaved, you know, because this is all about slavery. This is all about enslaving the people. You know, that's why all this socialism kick. Oh well, the rich and the poor and cutting out the middle class, making the middle class poor. That's what the whole C19 thing that that really put a dent in the middle class's pockets. A lot of people didn't bounce back from that. You know, but they want to create a system. They want to create a system to where you don't even have to you don't even have to go and eat. you can just, this system will say, oh, well, he's hungry, and some little cube goes right into your stomach, and it blows up into some nutrient dense meal to where you don't even have to go to lunch. You just you working. And when's lunch? Oh, the little, you hear some ding ding ding, and then next thing you know, something going in your stomach, filling your stomach up. You don't need, ain't no lunch for you, nigga. Oh snap. We you don't need to go eat. We got you. Press of a button, you full. You could just work. You could just work till you drop. Yeah, you tired? You not anymore. Boom. Oh, you hurt yourself? Just go sit down for an hour. Let the nanobots take care of it. You know? So you could just perpetually just work yourself to death. And like when you get into resetting the circadian rhythm and all of that, like these bodies need rest whether you feel tired or not. So really, like, you can just make a person work until they just drop dead from exhaustion. You know? I'm trying to find it because earlier it said something different. I should have just hopped on live earlier when I was reading it. If I find the information, I will put it in. I will upload it or put the link on here. But the one I was reading said they will have integrated food systems inside of you, like a son bitch just open up a cartridge in your stomach, and I mean open up a compartment in your stomach and put a cartridge in there and close it, and then you good for 36 hours. You at work. Don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about taking medicine. You don't have to worry about if you get hurt, cleaning the cut. You don't have to worry about if something messing your stomach up. You could just work, work, work. Until you eventually drop dead if they let you. They've already studied, how long a person has to work before they sleep. But they want a system to where all the rich, all the rich and powerful, they can just go off and chill some fucking where, while everybody else works to accommodate their lifestyles. In which that's already what's happening to a low standard, but they want a system in play to where, hey, that's why they're starting all this mandatory overtime and all that shit. You know, you got mandatory overtime, right? If you say, "Oh, I'm tired," oh, hold on, let me. Somebody pull out a tablet and hit a button, and then next thing you know, you're not tired no more. You still tired? No, we'll get your ass out there to work then. Oh, but when is break? You don't have a break. You hungry? Yes, I'm hungry. I want a break. Wait, hold on. Somebody pulls out a tablet, hits a button, and then you feel food go into your system. You still hungry? No. Well, get your black ass back to work. But boss, I cut myself. Yeah, go sit down for 30 minutes. Those nanobots will re-stitch you back up so you can get your ass back to work. But boss, I got a hairline fracture. Yeah, hold on. Those nanobites will take care of you. But boss, I left my medicine at the crib. Hold on. Tablet, button, boom, your medicine. So they just want the lower class to be perpetual fucking slaves, bro. All of this, oh, you got mandatory overtime, and we're gonna be raising the retirement age, and and people working 12 and 15 hour shifts every day just to fucking make it. But that's what they want. They planned it. They planned this whole situation to be like this. So you get used to working. You get used gradualism. You get used to doing that. What this man wants you to do, and boom, that's it. You know, and then if you get stressed out, you put on some fucking DR ultimate alternate reality glasses, and go to Singapore, or, you know, in your mind though, or you go get with a, you know, they want this freaked out world of just people getting hooked up to shit. You don't got a woman, so you go sit in a chair and it's got all these contraptions on it. So if you want to get off, this chair takes care of you. Put on VR glasses and the baddest chick you can imagine, you popping her in VR, and that's what they want for you. So we get 13. Revelations 13:11 says, hold on, and it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You know, uh, uh, um, it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast. Now that that beast that he beheld, you know, is talking about America, and those two horns are basically talking about the Democrats and the Republicans. Those two horns, because those are power positions that America has to have in play to pacify the people, to make the people think that you have a voice other than the president. You know, but if that was the case, and they were doing their job, then America wouldn't have went into a sovereign country and took their shit. It says, and he exercised all power of the first beast, which is Rome. It says before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Because all of this, America's just Rome all over again, revived, a rendition of ancient Rome in a new sense, though. You know, so all of those things that they were doing in Rome, the weird, freaky, weird shit that they was doing in Rome, they pushing that in America. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on on the earth in the sight of men. A prime example: what happened in Japan when they released those atomic bombs. The world was in fear. You know, the world was like, "Oh shit," you know. So that kind of put everybody into like a dormant state. Like, damn, this dude can destroy us. Like, there's nothing we can do. Get out of here. Get your ass out of here. Look at all that noise. It's like my dog, spoiled ass. It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast, and it says, so like he exercises all the power of the first beast, which is Rome, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, and he goeth and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from the heaven and the earth in the sight of men. So that nuclear power that he accomplished with the Oppenheimer. You got to watch that movie. I know brothers probably already saw it. With that movie Oppenheimer, when they got that power, he said, "What? I've become death to destroy your worlds." And they used that they used that those bombs on Japan, and the world was shook. Like, fuck, what was that? You know. It says, and deceive them that dwell in the earth by the means of these miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And the beast in this scripture is talking about, the other entity, which is NATO and the EU. You know, the other factions that America was joined with, those other nations. You know, or oligarchs or whatever that America was joined into. But now that all of that system is being broken up right before our eyes. You know, and this is in this year the Romans the seventh chapter is in play. You know, people are starting to hate this place and at this moment, but this is when America was in great power, and they still are in great power. You know, it says in the sight of the beast, it says, wait, it said, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And America was able to produce all of these things, mainly because they had us in captivity. So every idea that we had, they stole it, and that made them great. You know, every idea that we had, they stole it. You had the Israelites in slavery, so of course, if you have the most intelligent people on the planet in slavery, and you control their bodies, you control their minds. Whenever they come up with something, you be like, "Hey, nigga, we taking this." So a lot of inventions. Matter of fact, the sister from Hidden Figures, that the one that had a great deal to do with the GPS systems, who did the math, the whole math of the GPS system. She just passed away recently, but that's an example of how we made this country great. You know, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. You know, which is basically this whole bug out antichrist, uh, uh, anti-Bible, you know, system, to where he's like, okay, well, I'm a pretty much just take you niggas and make you my slaves, and then I'm gonna defile you to the point where the Lord ain't gonna want you back. When you put that C hip in you, if you put that C hip in you, that's exactly what you're gonna be deciding to do. Oh, well, I gotta do it because this man has all the money and the power. I gotta do it because if I don't do it, I'll I won't have any food. Well, if you don't have no faith, you ain't gonna have no food. You know, because that's what it's coming down to. All this bullshit. This society. This society is going down like hell in a handbasket, bro. Like this place is finished. So if you're where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. If your treasure is in America and America's gonna get destroyed, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get destroyed right with it. He said he had power to give life to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You know? So pretty much anybody that's against this, what's coming, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna try to snatch you up. They might snatch you up off your job. They might snatch you up, at the grocery store. Right now they can come in your house without a warrant. Basically ICE doing what the hell they want to do. You know, and from what I'm hearing, they got at these offshore sites. There's people that working at these offshore sites that saying there's horrific things that's happening, horrific torture, means of torture that's going on in these camps. You know, and they're saying women are being raped at will. You know, now if they doing that to the quote unquote immigrants, which are Israelites, what you think they're gonna do to you? They're really looking for a way to get their hands on niggas. They want Jake. They want Ollie. They want Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, because you know what, they know, man. You know the scriptures say, uh, 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 he shall come down with great wrath, knowing he had but a short time. How does he know he had but a short time? Because the scriptures are being revealed. They know the outcome of this country. They know that this country is on its last leg and falling. You know, so now they just want to unleash all hell on Jake. Then they think, oh well, you know what? Things were better when we had you Negroes enslaved. So you know what? We're gonna put these implants in you. We're gonna put all of these money figures on the internet to make niggas think that we still got it like that here. Cause niggas are easy to trick. You can trick a nigga. You know, you don't even have to hide your hands to trick a nigga. He won't look down. You know. So while he's coming down with gradualism and all these things, and all these things preparing your mindset to really make you into a slave, into his own personal slave. Look, these are not your children. They want to be my children now. Lord, these people don't want you. They want me. And if you take that device in you, that's exactly that's exactly what you're gonna be proving. That you don't want the Lord. You want this man over the Lord. You know. It says, uh, uh, um, says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that's the time we're coming into. Because really, they want to make this about us. They want to just come at us directly. And eventually they're going to get tired of bullshit, and then they're just going to come for us. You know? They're going to be like, well, we've exhausted, we've exhausted what we consider is every what's the word? We've exhausted what we consider as every uh, moral option. So now we're just gonna have to kill these niggas. Oh my goodness. He says he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. We know what that is, the C hip, the Motb. But that, in his mind, that's just the beginning of the things. See, that's just the enslavement part. If you get that, you a slave. If you get that, you a slave. Hey, they got nanotech. Ain't no telling what they got in there to put you under some system of control. You know? But if you know that if they can fly past the country and send a frequency in that country that had everybody vomiting blood, you know, without even touching nobody, what other technology do they have? If you take that, you out of there. You gone. You have no control. And if you take that, you're saying, yes, I'll be the white man's slave till I die. I'll be your slave. I'll work for you. I don't care. I don't care about the Lord coming. That's what you're saying. I don't care about the Lord coming back. I just want a burger. I just want a burger. I miss a burger and brew. Well, you have only 10 credits. You can get a burger but no brew. Ha 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 ha. It says that no man might buy or sell save that he had the mark. And that means what it means. It means that it's going to be a form of currency. Okay? Save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You know? And there's so many videos breaking this down. But I just wanted to get into this system. And this MOTB is all a part of a system called the Internet of Things, which, you know, or IoT. It says connects physical objects embedded with sensors, software, and technologies to the internet or data exchange, enabling remote monitoring automation and intelligence decision making, ranging from consumer smart home devices, industrial machinery, enhances efficiency and convenience by introducing significant security and privacy risk. Coined in 1999, the technology has evolved with expensive chips and high bandwidth 5G enabled communication. And they want to go up to 6G. you know, but yeah, so they want to put something in your physical body that allows you to be a part of this system, and mainly GPS tracking. You won't have no privacy. You won't privacy. It will be going out the window. Like, you won't be able to leave your phone in the car and take a walk in the woods somewhere by yourself where you can just rest. Nah, that'll be over with. You take that. You know that'll be over with. But we know through the scriptures he's not gonna fulfill all. But a lot of people are gonna take this. A lot of people are gonna take this mark. You know, and they're going to be finished in the end, man. A lot of people are going to take this and they're going to be through, you know? But in the end, the Lord is going to come back and destroy this place. See, in the end, before he's able to establish putting some type of cartridge in you to where you, I need my medicine, and the stuff puts your medicine in you. Well, I'm hungry. I want to go home. Nope, you're not hungry. I'm sleepy. Now you're not sleepy. That's too much fucking control, bro. Oh, I cut myself. Well, hey, the nanobots on their way to stitch you back up. You'll be good to work in 30 minutes. But what about my family? They at work too, nigga. They want to put you back in a perpetual cycle of work. Hey, they said you'll have nothing and you'll be happy. So they want to put you in this perpetual cycle of work, which is a form. Let's just cut to the chase. It's slavery. They want to put niggas back in slavery, but they want it to be voluntarily put you in slavery by creating a world that's so hard to live in that people relent to slavery, where people jump in line and say, you know what, I'll do whatever I have to do to survive. And when you say that, that means that this man is God. That means you don't have no faith in the Most High. That means that you don't trust in the Lord. Soon as you people say, you know what, I'll take it because I gotta eat, or well, look at my little son. You know, as soon as you take it, you through. You finish. You're destined to death. And the thing that you took it to escape from is going is going to happen anyway. Here's Job 20 and 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. That means that this system is going to be well into play. The beginning stages of this system is going to be well into play. The majority of these people are going to be Motb'd up before the great and mighty and powerful day of the Lord, man. So they gonna catch this. They're gonna either catch the plagues that are coming in the earth in that time. You might get a grievous sore from that shit and die. A lot of people, you know, that have it now, they might be dropping dead of cancer soon. It says he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow steel shall strike him through. So the Lord is going to interrupt this process. The Lord is going to interrupt, you know, his mission, or what does the scripture say? His enterprise. And the Lord is gonna go. Lord is gonna make these other countries shoot nukes, and you see why now that these other. And you see it in play. We've been saying this and saying this and saying this. Yeah, you know that these NATO EU nations, they gonna turn their back on this place and they gonna shoot fire on this place. And now you see it in play with this whole shit with Greenland and Denmark. How they feeling? And then all the you got to imagine all the other EU and NATO nations are like, what? Wait, that mean they'll try to come for our shit. So now it's like everybody's looking at America like, man, who the fuck do these guys think they are? I say he should flee from the iron whip, and the bow of steel should strike him through. The Lord's gonna put it in their hearts. Hey, look, we can still do this. We can still do this. New World Order thing, but not with America. They gotta go. And then the world is they hey in that destruction of America while everybody's saying, yeah, hey, we got rid of that hoe. We didn't kill that hoe. Then they gonna look up and they gonna see these ships coming. They gonna see these ships coming. Wait, what are those? People gonna go fleeing back to the nuclear facilities. Because once America get destroyed, all these other nations gonna be like, well, we ain't got nobody that's gonna come up against us. So they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, yeah, America's through. We all right. And they gonna look up and see these ships coming. They're gonna see these ships coming. They're gonna be like, oh shit, what's going on? And they're gonna see the men of the Lord coming off these ships, putting people in subjection. You know, but before that, they're gonna try. Hey, they have the purpose and intent to just take your body from you, hijack your body, make you a working machine, a workhorse. Lord's will, I find that. Lord's will, I can find that article, or Chat GPT is like if you ain't paying for the shit, they got algorithms. As soon as you click on something, they'll tell you something and be like, whoop, we got to retract that. Earlier, they went deeper into it, but now when I go to it, it's giving me some bullshit. It's not telling me the whole thing, but I'm sure the information is out there, and I'll put it in the description box. But they're looking to, hey, here's your once daily tablet, and then you take this, and it's got food in it. you know, it can release food into your stomach. It can release medicine into your body. It can release nanobites. You know, it changes circadian rhythm so you can't go to sleep. You're gonna stay at work. But I'm tired. I want to go home. Okay, now you're not tired, but I still want to go home. What? Okay, well, how about you still got to come to work and we not gonna pay you? How about you go sit at home for about a week until 2 weeks until your month your credits run out, and see how you feel after then. Hmm. Mm-mm. It says, he shall flee from the iron whip, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn that cometh out of the body, out of those silos. It says, yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. You know, it says, yeah, terrors are upon him. Hey, when they look up and see them nukes coming, people are gonna be terrified. They're gonna be running everywhere, but they're gonna be running nowhere but everywhere. I mean, no matter where they run or try to hide, that fire gonna come get their ass. You know, they're gonna try to they're gonna try to they're gonna try to oh, I'm gonna look into that. Hey, throw out elder. Hey, Shalom, elder. Hey, Shalom. I'm gonna definitely look into that. The elder Amawise. Shalom to the brothers up there in Boston. If this is the right elder Amawise, if this is the right Amawise or the brother I'm talking about, hey, Shalom. Or whoever. If it's not, hey, Shalom still, brother. Shalom. But that's the only Amawise I know. The elder up in Boston. Hey, shalom, brother. But hey, I'm definitely gonna look into that information. The water, brother. It says, all darkness shall be hidden in secret places. A fire not blown out shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacles. Hey, everybody's gonna be running, fleeing, thinking they're gonna. Hey, let me just go in the basement. Maybe I'll live. No, nigga, you ain't gonna live. It says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. It says, yeah, the Lord is gonna call the judgment in, and everybody's gonna shoot missiles on this place. It says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the days of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, and the wicked man, the so-called white man. You read the book of Obadiah. You know, when he was promised no heritage. You know, his heritage is destruction. That's what he's going to inherit. He's going to inherit destruction. Okay? You know? So I'm going to definitely look into that metabolic dominance program. You know, but they've got a lot of programs. They got a lot of programs in play where they you know, because it's the mark and then it's the image of the beast, which basically the image starts with you denying Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai in the scriptures, you know, because they know you're not going to take this if you believe in the scriptures. So now there's all this, yeah, fuck the Israelites, and the Israelites ain't shit, and there's this bunch of niggas screaming and all this wild talk. And then when you niggas, when they tell you, look, your money system is gone, you got to get an implant now. Then niggas gonna be, what's going on? And niggas probably still gonna curse us. Fuck them fucking niggas at GMS made this happen. Ah. Yeah, hey, kind, brother. Kind. Yeah, man. But hey, that's pretty much it, man. Lord's will, I'll try to find that link to that article that I saw earlier. Lord's will, I'll try to find that link to that article that I saw earlier and put it in the description box so brothers can check it out. But hey, Shalom, all praise be to Yahweh Bashim Shai, double honors to the apostles, honors to you brothers out there pushing the word. Shalom.